Hey, how's it going, everyone? Black Cat Hobbies here, jumping back in with some more Raid Shadow Legends. As you can see, we are partway through day 15, and it's going to be a big one. Right now, from some green shards we had the other day, and I don't remember if I made enough room. Okay, we do have enough room. So, as I believe I've already stated, Kale is 6-star, and we did get him to 60. That's good. Been working on some food, because food is important. Out of green shards the other day, we pulled ourselves an apothecary. We have a proper healer. That's going to come in handy. Uh, Soon, we're probably going to bring the lineup to Kale, War Maiden, when things want to work. Apothecary for the heals. Abyssal for more heals and other support. And we should be getting a Void Lizardmen here soon. But we're going to get right to the good stuff. And I do plan to break this up a little bit. Just, watch till the end if you want to see everything. But this is a potential make or break point in this run. First off, we're going to head over to Fusion. Pop down to Broadmaw. We went and got all this stuff done just to get ready. We're not quite where I wanted to be yet, but it's a start. It's not who I meant to click. So we'll get our Arbalister. That's expensive, but it is what it is. I mean, it's definitely an upgrade for Shaman. If you want, I'll explain later why. But we do have a Champion Chase tournament going on right now. That's why fusing her gave us 50 points. Rares normally give you 10, but because it's a Void Rare, it's 50. So while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves the second one for this. And before this tournament's up, we may get the third. I don't think I'm going to quite have enough to get the fourth piece I need, but it's a start. We are grabbing these purely for the sake of fusing Broadmaw. They're rather debated, and most people will agree they're just not worth on their own. If we go to Fragment Summon, we are at 80 fragments on Huntress. That's why I said we should be able to get her before the event is up. Sadly, only 40 on Bloodhorn, so that's not going to happen yet. But it is what it is. But now, the fun stuff. Though it does look as if after, because of doing that, I'm going to have to make a little bit of room here before we're done. That's my bad. But then again, depending on what we pull, shouldn't be a big deal. We're going to go ahead and get the first 5 out of the way. We are on a 2 times event. Normally, it's 0.5% chance to get a legendary. We got 1, we got 16, and, well, everything else. It's a blue shard, it's going to be a rare if it's not the better. This is the best time to pull these, though. So, this first batch, we're just going to do 1 at a time. Then, the second batch, we'll probably do a 10 pull. And we'll probably end the video with the last 10, 1 at a time. So, the first one. Come on, big money. Not big money. Mother Superior. Not sure I have a use for that right now. And for all of y'all who think about streamer luck, 1, I'm not streaming at this time. 2, neither account is reported to Plarium. And 3, I pulled 35 blue shards on my main account earlier, and I didn't get a single legendary, so I'm due for some luck.
No, you're not.
Yeah, and my wife's saying stuff in the background. Wyvernbane. Newer champion. Don't know that I'll have a use for it immediately, but when I work more into the Doom Tower, it's a possibility. Turn meter decrease is always useful. And decrease speed. HP burn's not bad, but again, we'll see. More blue. Myrmidon. Yeah. I mean, at least we did get the Apothecary from a green shard the other day. Temptress! Okay, I have the partner to the Seducer now. He might actually be of use. Still debatable, but it's a free-to-play. We've got a limited time frame. That time frame actually shrank as of yesterday because of when I'm recording this, because someone just hit the goal at 90 days on the dot instead of mid to late 90s that it was. Last one for this round. Come on, more blue. But Coffin Smasher does have some uses. I am happy to see that because Frostbiter, I'll need some HP burn. I would prefer something better, but it's a start. So we're going to check a few other things, and then we'll come back to this. Alright, so just to keep you guys updated, even though it is in the spreadsheet, which I need to start linking, but I'm still working on formatting it in a way that is aesthetically pleasing, because it gives the info, I'm not caring for the way it looks, but we are at level 5 on the Great Hall, working on getting... I'm really debating if I want to grab Defense for Spirit or grab stuff for Void now, and especially getting the partner for Seducer. The Void is a little more tempting now. As you saw earlier, working on some food, which I might actually just throw those into my vault real fast, because that's where they're going to be hanging out until I actually get them done. There, that gets that out of the way. That was my phone. Sorry. Not really sure what that was about. Then again, I was out driving for Uber earlier. Hey, maybe I got a tip. Who knows? So, for Arena, as you can see, we're at 1035 for Classic. Not doing so hot in Tag, but I haven't been focusing that much on Tag outside of doing enough to get the shards for... There the computer works. Grabbing shards for Huntress and Bloodhorn here. That's been the main focus of that, just to be able to get Broadmaw faster. On my main account, we didn't have that function until recently, and it took me ages to finally pull the last champ I had needed. Clan Boss, hitting about 2.5 or so, hit or miss, and I can change champs around a little bit, depending on easy, normal. About half that. It's not where I want yet. Probably hit easy a little more just because of working on the advanced quest today is requiring 8 mil on the clan boss. Not quite there, but I do want to make sure I get that done for the extra energy. And I believe this wasn't done in the last video. We have unlocked the gem mine, just to have a little bit of a steady stream coming in. It's still slow until I invest another 1,000 gems in it. That'll accrue over time. It's the nice thing about these events right now is there's always gems involved. But, let's do a 10-pack. Come on, big money. And it'll probably all be garbage. Grinner, Beast Wrestler, Honor Guard. Marksman? Maybe. Anointed? Another Jizo, I really don't care. Sandlash Survivor is a nice pull, and 3 epics does really help our tournament points for this. But Sandlash, that is a really good one. I am very happy to see that. Jizo, we already have one from the opening, so that one's probably just going to be a book. Marksman, I'll have to look at. Dungeon-wise, though, for anyone that cares, I mean, campaign, we're at the end of Brutal. I need to actually complete the last and work on getting everything 3-starred, but we're at the end of Brutal. Dungeons, that's the important stuff. Been working a little more on these just because I needed stuff for ascending those champions for fusions. Ice Golem. We're still at stage 6. I can probably progress farther. I just haven't been that interested because the basic gear, well, nice, isn't what I'm really looking for. Main thing out of here that I would want is retaliation and reflex, and I need fairly strong versions of those for the champions I'd want them for. Like, it all need to be 5-star with good substat rolls for that. So probably needing epic on each. So it's not really worth farming Ice Golem until I can consistently start getting 5-star pieces. Dragon is the one that I tend to hit up most of the time. Still on 9. Almost had 10 the other day, but Kale wasn't to 60 yet. And I just haven't tried it since he hit 60 because I was focusing on getting things ready for fusions. But accuracy here, always useful. Speed, great. Lifesteal, always need that, especially since I'm stuck using mostly attack-based champions at the moment. Destroy will come in handy in the Doom Tower for the Scarab King. And Stalwart, depending on what we do, just useful. Fire Knight, an annoying boss, still only through stage 3, but it's more, I just haven't tried the later stages yet. Because of the way it works, it does take a more unique setup, and I've got a couple of champs that are good to start on that. I just need to gear them up and level them up a little more, because the shield set, very useful. Regeneration, very useful. Stun, I actually need that for one of my champs I'm taking into Spider. And Savage, very useful when it comes to Arena, but I'm still working on builds for that. Finally, Spider. Not that far on it, but, I mean, stage 5, it's cleared. You can probably, again, go farther. It's just not something I've been focused on that much, working on other things. But we still have 10 more blue shards to go. Again, this could really put me in a good position. That Sandlash will definitely help. It's not like the big money I was looking for, but it's definitely helpful. Before we open those, though, just to show you, between the fusions and those pulls, we are at, when things want to load, Champion Chase. That banner is going to be so useful to go with the 7 or so days worth of double XP I already have. Alright, we're looking at 981 so far, assuming it is properly updated. It may not. It's sometimes take a little bit to update the points. But either way, we don't have quite enough to get to that next part, but that energy will definitely come in handy. Because we also have a champion training tournament going on. Along with Classic Arena, which might help my chances of getting into Bronze 3, might hinder them. It'll be hard to say. Also, well, it'll definitely be a late start. If any of you are interested in the wife and I playing Outriders, we're looking into it, but between this and Monster Hunter Rise, we'll probably be a little late to the Outriders party. But what I've seen from demos, and now that the demo's downloaded, it is definitely looking fun. For the anticipation purposes, and the way it is when opening packs, we're going to do this last one as singles, and really hope to get lucky. But I know I'm not at the 200 shards needed for the Mercy Rule. Unfortunately. War Priest. Okay, it's a book. And I'm not sure if the cat's liking me right now. War Maiden. That's one less I have to hunt down of her. Also book. Hospitalier. Debatable. I mean, again, it's still early. Executioner. He can hit hard, but probably not going to be a focus right now. When we get to the next episode, I'll let you guys know what the new teams are looking like, because I'll have had some time to level things up and such. I do know that unless we pull something really good, Broadmoth's coming in, most likely. Gal Cut. mean, it can be useful, but I'm not the biggest fan of using bomb champs. And that resets my mercy counter on epics from blues. More blue. Judicator. I'll look into it later. Another War Maiden. Good. I don't want to have to keep grinding stage 9 anyway. She's not been the easiest to get, which is kind of annoying at the moment. Huria. Okay. If that's what I think that is, might come in handy just for this ability. Downside is it's a 4-turn cooldown, but it does link up with 2 other allies for the attack. They'll all use their basic skills, but still, very useful. It's the start of a budget blender team, so to speak. But we still have 2 more shards. So, maybe we can still get that big money. Otherwise, we're looking at our best probably being Sandlashed, though I do like Sandlashed. Might end up having to put that in the clan boss team, but I don't know yet. Soulbound Bowyer. Now that's pleasing to see. The way this one works, you can actually get a lot of defense ignore on her, and all of her skills have an extra 25% chance to land crit. So she comes with a base 15%, and you only have to build her to 75 to always land a crit, unless, of course, your opponent manages to put a decreased crit rate. Very nice to not have to build that crit rate to a full 100%. One more shard. Come on. And a blue. But Frozen Banshee. Okay, that is actually really nice, and while I wouldn't mind getting a Grave Seal to go with her, that actually could really help my teams as well. I would prefer something a little more defensive, but multi-hitter and extra poison, turn meter fill. I mean, it's conditional, it's not great, but it's something. More importantly, though, poison sensitivity. So how this basically works is you take your poison, and then whatever happens, or whenever that goes off, so most poisons are either going to be a 2.5% or a 5%. I usually aim for the 5%. That's the better one. And if you have a 5% and it has poison sensitivity, instead of just doing 5% of the health, it does 7.5%, which may not sound like much, but hey, it's extra damage just for having this up. So, not quite what I wanted to see. Banshee's definitely helpful. Sandlash will come in handy. But, yeah, I was definitely hoping for more big money. We got a Void Shard. I will not pull that yet. We are hoping to get some Sacred Shards here soon. Not next weekend, but the weekend after, I'm hearing might be a 2 times on Sacreds. Those already come with a... Oh, what is it? Sorry. Normally I have this memorized. So those are only a 6% chance for a legendary, but you're guaranteed an epic otherwise. 2 times, it'll bump it up to a 12%. Short of these blue ones, this is probably the next best thing for trying to get high-end champions. Blues are normally a little better, only for the fact that you tend to have so much more of them on a free-to-play account versus Sacreds. But, hey, those are the pulls. Looks like I've got some grinding to do and some research. And I will let you know in the next episode what the new team is going to look like, because it is probably going to change in some form or other. And, well, hey, hopefully you liked it. Most people enjoy shard pulls. As you can see, there is no such thing as streamer or content creator luck, because Yeah, if I had been lucky, I would have pulled either a bunch of legendaries or miscreated monster or something really good like one of those.
Well, I got
Yeah.
better luck than you do.
It's about par for the course the way today's going on my luck, as I believe I mentioned earlier. 35 on my main account, not a single legendary. So between the two, 60 shards and not a single legendary between the two accounts. Yay. I know percentages aren't the best. But hey, hopefully you all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, keep following along in the series. Now that we've only got 90 days, well, I guess technically if we want to beat the record, 89 days to try to get that record. Yeah, definitely going to have to be efficient with the way I'm working. From what I've heard, that guy had some really good pulls early on. As you can see, I'm not having that kind of luck, but I've been trying to do this in a way that will be very RNG independent. Because, yeah, I mean, whenever you're going for a record, why not minimize the amount that luck is going to have in your chances of succeeding? Yeah, like, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. And hopefully all are getting better pulls than I am. See ya.